Self-analysis, self-assessment, self-assessment. Do you know what self-assessment is? No. Self-assessment is the ability to look at yourself and to judge or analyze yourself to know where you are and if what you're doing is the right thing to do. It's exactly the same process as looking in a mirror when you're putting on clothes to see how the clothes look, except you do it with your mind psychologically. And it's difficult for a lot of people because to do it, you have to step outside of yourself a little bit. It's not as easy as looking in the mirror when you're putting on your clothes. And I'm sure you've had the experience of you think some clothes are going to be good and you put them on and they don't fit right or they don't look right or yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So it's the same not just with physical things but also with mental things that people do in life. You need to be able to judge the I don't know, it's like the clothing of the mind, I suppose. It's how you think, it's the processes. Am I doing the right thing? Is this going to work? Am I wasting my time? Is he really an idiot? All these things that go through your mind when you're working on something for school or you're doing a project or you're planning your life. Do I have everything I need for school today? Right? Right. Yeah, you're nodding the head. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because you got up this morning and you were in a bit of a panic, I imagine. Yeah. Okay. And you jumped in your car and you drove to school. Yeah. With one eye open and one eye closed, probably. And at some point during the day, you realized, I don't have my English books. Right? 1 hour ago. Okay. Okay. So the reason why this problem exists, or one of these problems exists, is partly because your alarm clock didn't go off. Now, why didn't your alarm clock go off? Interesting. Okay. So you woke up this morning and you got things ready quickly because your alarm didn't go off because you had a different kind of mobile phone. And what's the point? Self-assessment. Self-assessment, the ability to look at yourself in the mirror and say, is everything you okay? What are you doing? You've got this bag within your bag and you've got all these creams and cosmetic things. You need some special cream? And the cream is at home as well, along with your books from English. Yes. And part of your brain as well, probably. Right. Um, ignore that last comment. So it's amazing what women carry around in their bags, isn't it? It is. You put in your hand, you could pull out an alligator or something. It's just I had a student a few weeks ago, and she had this bag that was quite small, and I swear this is the truth that she opened the bag and she took out of the bag something that was bigger than the bag. I was in disbelief. I'm like, how did you do that? Women have these amazing abilities. It must be great at school because if you don't have it, somebody else will have it, right? And you can borrow and swap and share things. Okay. Um, Why do women need so many things in their bag? Anyway, that's not an important question. I'm sure that philosophers and psychologists have studied this for hundreds of years and have no idea. I imagine it was the same thousands of years ago. You know, like the men would be walking around with their long white robes and their sandals, and the women would have these bags full of things. Anyway, back to the point. Self-assessment. You know the word assessment? Yeah, like test. Test. Like a self-test. Like self-study. If you can't study yourself, then you're going to have a lot of problems in life. Because that means you will be waiting for other people to tell you what is right and what is wrong. Sometimes we need help from other people. Sometimes we don't. But if you can't self-assess, then you'll always be waiting for other people to help you. Self-assessment is when you know what you need and you do it because you know that your life depends on you. Perhaps you need to set 2 alarm clocks so that you don't oversleep. I sometimes think about that for myself. I sometimes think, oh, maybe I should set 2 alarm clocks because that would be practical if you think there might be a problem with one of them. Checklists. Why do women never have checklists? It's like, okay, got it, tick, got it, tick, got it, tick. Yes. You didn't have a checklist this morning, though. Yeah. Well, you're in between, the in between stage.